we've got this sort of lighter, so I'm using, what is it, burnt ochre. There's sort of a ring of this lighter brown all around. And this area right up into the nose. Now the actual snout part is quite grey. Grey and maybe, yeah, it's got these little kind of freckles and dot texture on it. It's probably a technical name for that, but don't know what it is. Cow nose. Okay, so you see you can build up that that sort of brown, lighter brown there. Yeah, a little bit on the mouth. Cool. And then kind of coming out from there is this almost more reddy brown. So yeah, I guess the whole thing with this is about figuring out, you know, which colors go where, and just building it up slowly and trying to figure out, you know, oh, how does this actually work? Oh yeah, it's a bit of a reddy brown in there, and there's definitely going to be a dark shadow underneath those nostrils. I guess I'm going to use a little bit of grey here, I think. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of pick up on some texture just by doing little dots. I mean, you could actually just use a normal pencil if you don't have a grey, like a sketching pencil. But just like some little dot texture like this. And that just tells us that it's a different texture to all the hair that's around the place. It's pretty white up here, so I would leave the top of that nose quite white. But I might bring in a little bit of shading underneath here too to create that shadow. It's not much, eh? Just a few little dots and it starts to look better. And then obviously we're going to need some black, so let's get some darker texture at the bottom. You can imagine the light's coming from above, so it's creating a bit of a shadow underneath the nose. Okay. We want to create some contrast in the nostrils, so obviously it's darker right up in the nostrils. So I'm going to use my black, and I'm just going to go like this, right along that edge, nice and dark, and then fade that down a little bit here. See how much more contrast that has? It just makes it really pop. My black's not really too sharp, so I've got to sharpen it up a bit more. Probably go through the black fastest out of all the pencils. Here we go. Yeah, nice. And there's a few of these darker sort of moustache-y feathers coming, what am I talking about? Hair coming down the side. Okay, so I guess you can see how we can get there, eh? We can definitely get the detail by taking our time and just building up those little bits of texture. But if we want to make this thing look really detailed, it's going to take a lot longer than half an hour.